the teacher, like, she looked at me and she was like, "Janae."
1, 2, 3, funk it.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I'm all upbeat, but the story isn't very upbeat, but it's kind of laughable when you, it's not laughable, it's actually really sad. It's not laughable at all. But yes, as you read from the title, this will be me telling the story of the time that I got arrested and suspended for being black. Just listen to the story. But before we get into everything, I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to click the like button if you are excited for the story. And if you've gone through something similar to this, like even like the slightest bit, then go ahead and comment down below and share your experience as well. So let's get into it. Whoo, child. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. Okay. So this all began when, growing up, I went to school in the inner city for up until like 7th grade. Then in 7th grade, my mom was working in the suburbs, in the north suburbs, and she had to move closer to her job. So we moved from the inner city of Chicago into the north suburbs. And I was nervous, you know, because I knew I was going to a predominantly white school. The neighborhood that we moved into was the #1 safest neighborhood in America, or whatever. I think it was, or number 7, one of those. But anyway, so it was a nice neighborhood. Yeah. So when I got there, I wasn't like prepared for the racism. This is just the beginning. When I got arrested, that's when I was a junior in high school, but this is just the backstory and just like some smaller examples that led up to. Okay, so anyway, so I moved out there. Everyone assumed that one, I was stupid because I came from the inner city, so they tried not to put me into the honors classes, and same for my brother and sister as well. But we're all very, very, very intelligent kids. Like, if you know us, you know we're very smart. But anyway, so they tried us, but you know, my mom ended up, you know, we showed them basically. So everyone thought I was stupid, and they also assumed that I lived in this neighborhood, which was a lower class neighborhood, which there's nothing wrong with living in that neighborhood, but the fact that they just assumed that I lived in that neighborhood because I was black was messed up. I did not live in that neighborhood. My mom had an upper middle class job, so we lived in a 2-story house in an all white neighborhood. When we got to the neighborhood, our next door neighbor was Polish, and they had a nice house too. They were like, "Oh, you know, you're the only black people, right?" We're like, okay. Also, and being in that neighborhood, I had another friend down the street. I made a friend down the street, and she like came over. Mind you, my house was like, to me, I thought it was nice. I loved my house. It was like 2,500 square feet. You know, it was really cute. It looked like a dollhouse too. But she came over, she was like,
"My mom's room is the size of your upstairs."
I was like, look, I almost said her name. I'm gonna call her Jordan. You can get out. Ain't nobody about to play with you. But anyway, and also another friend her financial situation, she wasn't like upper class, so she was like, I could relate to her more. We listened to the same type of music. We're still friends to this day. Anyway, we would like go for runs after like dance practice and cheerleading practice, and one day we saw there was a paddle on someone's door in our neighborhood. I'm not sure, you know, but there was a paddle, and it was just very scary at the time. It was the paddle with the holes in it that, you know, they used to beat the slaves with. Anyway, okay, boom. So, hooch out. Went to high school, and I couldn't really relate with most of the kids, honestly, any of the kids except for that one girl. We'll call her Allie. And like, we did everything together. We were on a cheerleading team, like I I went to the school. For high school, I went to this school like freshman year and junior year. Sophomore year, I didn't go there. We went back to the city because our house burned down while no one was home. I still think it was arson, but we'll save that story for another video. And then also we got into this really bad car accident. And God was like, look, y'all need to go. Y'all need to go. Y'all don't need to be here. So that happened. But anyway, so freshman year, I had these friends. I was kind of friends with them in middle school as well, like 7th and 8th grade. And then we were all on the Palms team. And then freshman year, we all went to cheerleading team. Everybody was cool. I kind of always did things like, I've always been an introvert. I just like didn't like doing a lot of things, but I would do it because I knew that was quote unquote cool. So I was very easily influenced by people. But don't get it twisted, I was still the captain of the cheerleading team because I had these hoes in check, period. But no, so yeah, when I came back junior year, I was friends with them again. Was it junior year? It was junior year, yes. I was friends with them, and this is how it happened. So, first of all, let me tell you how it is being in this school. The school was about 2,000 plus students, and 6 of us were black females, at least. There were 6 black females. There were so few black females that we had a black girl group, and it was called, I want to say the name of the school that I went to because it goes with the, am I gonna do it? The name of the school that I went to, it sounded like a chocolate company. So what we called ourselves was Beep Finest Chocolates. So the name of the school, and then Finest Chocolates. There were 6 of us. We met every like Wednesday during like 4th period. So we would get like a pass out of class. We would just come and just talk about our experiences in the school. And like when I would leave for class, there'd always be like other people, like some of the girls that I associated with. They're like,
Wow, that's so cool. There's a black girls club? I wish there was a white girls club.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
that should have said a lot. But anyway, also being on that cheerleading team and associating with those girls, some of them would ask to like, one girl was like,
Wow, I've never seen the bottom of like a black person's foot. Can I see?
it's like, girl, I did not lift my foot up. I was very proud of myself. I did not lift my foot up because, like I said, I was very easily influenced, and I probably saw nothing wrong with that at the time. So anyway, what these girls used to do when we got to junior year and I came back, I wanted to be cool again. And I couldn't join the cheerleading team because it was too late, so I couldn't lead those hoes. So I still kind of hung out with them. But what they would do is, like, they would go across the street. Across the street, there was a Target, and, like, they would go and steal. So, like, me being scared, I was very scared to steal at the time. So, like, I wanted to come up with a way to do it so that, like, maybe I felt less bad. Look, this is in the past. This is not me now. But, so I was like, okay, well, if you guys steal, then maybe I can I'll buy something from Target with whatever money I do have. Like, it could be like something $2, $3, whatever. Then that way there was a purchase made, and we're not just destroying this business, but I'm also putting money into the business. So I would go and buy something, and then like, I would go back into the store with them, and I would let them put stuff into my bag. And sometimes I would put stuff inside of my bag as well. So yeah, we did that a couple times. I don't want to say 3 times. And then the 4th time, this is where it was not handled to black. The 4th time, okay, so I'm with my girls, friends, whatever. It was like 4 or 5 white girls. And then it was myself and another black girl who I'm also still friends with to this day, and I wish she could be in this video, but I'm not in America right now. So it was them and us. I bought my stuff and then I went back. This time I didn't even get nothing. So I'm really pressed. But I let them put the stuff into my bag, whatever. And we ended up getting caught. I was the only one who got caught. Now, this is where it gets really weird because you're going to be like, okay, you're going to think in your head now, oh no, that's not racist because you're the only one who got caught. Keep listening. So I'm the only one who got caught, which I was like, okay, damn, they got me. Everybody else went away. Everybody else ran. I'm glad the black girl got out of there. But everybody else got out of there. And then I go to school the next day. We did it across the street from the school. I went to school the next day. Okay. I got arrested. I didn't get detained. They held me in a room. And then my mom came and I was like, I'm sorry. And they were like, she buys you stuff from Target? And I was like, I know, it's her favorite store. And that's why I felt bad. And that's why I was trying to buy stuff and be like, oh, hey, look, I'm not trying to steal from you. But anyway, my logic was all messed up. I just wanted to be cool. But so I got caught, blah, 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 released. Cool, great. Because everything that was stolen was under a certain amount. So I got released. But I did have to have a court date. Now I go to school the next day, and all the girls are like, I'm so sorry. Mind you, they're wearing their stuff. That I was the only person who got caught, but I was not the only person with a bag. So they were wearing their stuff. Well, 3 of them were wearing their stuff. And then this one girl was like, I'll give it all back. I was like, girl, no, you won't. You wore it to school. You did not care. You wore it to school. But anyway, and then I go, I'm going on with the day. I'm like, okay, nobody has heard about this. It's cool. It's just between us. So I don't have to, I can save that embarrassment. Sorry. So I'm like, okay, cool. 4th period comes and I get called down to the principal's office. I'm like, ooh, dang, I'm in trouble. I was like, okay, well, I did, the police held me, but they only held me. So, how many other people? 6 other people I was with, I guess it would only be me to get in trouble. Cool. I get into the principal's office and the black girl is already sitting in there. I was like, why are you in here? And she was like, for yesterday. In my head, I'm like, but you weren't. She didn't even have anything for real. I think she had 1 item. These other girls had backpacks, freaking jeans, tops, dresses, all this stuff from Target. I think my girl only had a ring or something, some earrings or something. She was and then she also wasn't there on other times. So I'm like, why are you in here? This makes no sense. Principal and everybody was in the office was white. So they were asking who, they were they didn't ask me who else was with me, but they were like, what were you thinking and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, look, I did it. I wasn't gonna lie about it. I did it. This happened. But how did you know that she did it? Something's going wrong. How did you know that she did it? Because I didn't say anything. I know she didn't come in here because we didn't do it on school grounds. So why is this even coming up? Why is this a problem? What's going on? So in my head, I'm just so confused and I can't talk to her because she's in the other room getting we had separate deans. So she had one dean, I had another dean, and I'm just so confused in there. I'm so confused. And she was I guess, what am I thinking about? What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so from her, I had found out that I guess someone else who was involved told on her. But I'm like, okay, so if they knew that this person was involved, then why wasn't that a problem? Apparently, they got the footage from Target's cameras of everybody who was going in. The group that was going in. So if the group that was going in and you pinned out us 2, which I understand were probably easier to pin out because there's only 6 black girls, but I told you, I was a rat. I told you the names of all of the other white girls who were involved. So why aren't they in the office? Why aren't they getting suspended? Why are they okay? They're literally wearing the stuff. What's going on? So I'm just asking questions, and I'm like, why isn't so-and-so here, so-and-so here, so-and-so here, and so-and-so in here? And he was like, well, their situation is different. I was like, what do you mean their situation is different? They stole. They stole, right? They stole. Mind you, this black girl who was there, we weren't even there every time that they stole. So what do you mean? You got the footage from Target. You can clearly see their backpacks and their cheer bags that say their names. You caught us too. Out of the 6 black girls, we all low-key probably looked alike to y'all. So how did you get the right ones? But I'm like, I'm so confused. He said their situation is different. So I just asked if I could go call my mom. And I told her what was going on. And she, of course, instantly thought the same thing. So I was like, all right. That's when she decided that I needed to leave that school. But yeah, so I go back to my dean, and everybody thought he was like the cool dean. So he was like, yeah, whatever. And I asked again about the girls. I was like, are you gonna question them? Are they gonna be suspended as well? Because this was a group effort. And then he was like, no. They're just gonna, you know, if they happen to come in here, then we will take action. If they happen to come in here, so you mean if they waltz into this room and come and trick on themselves, that's the only way that they're gonna get suspended? Because I didn't come and walk in this room and trick on myself, and I know that she didn't need this. So why are we in here and they're not? Why are we getting in trouble and they're not? Like, what's going on? So obviously you can assume why they weren't in trouble, because of, you know, those nice built-in privileges from birth. But after that, yeah, I couldn't. So my mom, she was still working in the suburbs, but I think this happened like towards the end of the year. So she allowed me to finish that year, and then boom, I was back to the school, the only school that I claim right now, which is Kenwood Academy. Anything else? Don't know it. Never. Who? I didn't go there. Why? But yeah, so that happened. And then I also had my court date later on, follow up with the judge. And she even, like, even the judge, who was white, she was asking, like, where were the other, or who, the other girls, were there other people involved? And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, but they're, you know, nothing really happened to them. And then she, like, I told her about the consequences at the school, and she let me go, which is cool. She said I just made a mistake. I was hanging out with the wrong people. But how come the wrong people didn't get in trouble? How come they didn't get suspended? Because myself and the other girl were suspended for, I think, like 4 or 5 days. So I just, that's still fishy to me. Also at that school, when I was in my AP Bio class freshman year, the teacher, like, she looked at me and she was reading something. The word that she was reading, we were like doing a unit on like animal biology, and she was reading the word jackalope. She looked up at me and she had a Freudian slip, and she was like, "Janigger." I was like, everybody in the class was like, her face turned entirely red. And I was just I was a freshman. I didn't like say anything. I was just like, and I never told anybody. I wish I did. Because she was racist. Anyway, that was my quick story time for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe I'll do these more often because I do have a lot of stories. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up, please. Also subscribe to me. I produce content every week, sometimes twice a week. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Love you. Bye.